Chapter 1, After Everything I Did. Hi, this is Nuke. Let me give you a situation that I see all the time. A man meets a woman he likes. She texts him when she's bored, calls him when something goes wrong, and tells him things that she can't say to anyone else. He listens, he helps, he makes himself available. And when he asks her out, the answer is never quite yes. She's busy this week, she has a lot going on, maybe next weekend, but she still sends him a message at midnight when she needs attention. So the guy keeps thinking, I'm getting closer. Then one night, the girl meets another man, and the man takes her home in 2 hours. The nice guy is furious. He thinks, after everything I did, she still chose him. That sentence tells you where the resentment comes from. He thought he was giving. In his head, he was building credit. The woman may have behaved selfishly. Maybe she shouldn't have wasted his time, but she may have just enjoyed the attention. Women are capable of wasting your time. It is a normal thing. By the end of this video, I want to ask you several questions that's going to expose these patterns in your own life. So stay tuned. Chapter 2, The Contract She Never Signed. Kindness and being nice isn't the reason he's resentful. The trouble begins when there's an expectation he is ashamed to admit. The nice guy wants to say no, but he says yes. He gives rides, he fixes problems, he listens to stories about other men, and he thinks, hey, the friendship is enough. I like what we have. And that's a lie. It's a lie to himself, and it's a lie to the girl he's dealing with. In his mind, he thinks, hey, if I'm patient enough, if I'm useful enough, if I'm safer than other men she complains about, then eventually she'll realize my value. She'll realize I am the right guy. He never says this out loud. He still remembers every piece of sacrifice, help, kind words, time, attention he's given her. He remembers all of it. And he feels robbed. He feels like, hey, you owe me. He may not say it like that. He may not even realize he's saying it like that or thinking like that. But that is exactly what it is. It is a covert contract. He protects his ego for a while, but the bill arrives as anger. Chapter 3, Read What She Does. A lot of men say women are impossible to understand. They say that female behavior is complicated. This is not that hard to understand, guys. When a woman wants to see you, she will make things happen. Even if she's very busy, shy, cautious, or even overwhelmed with life, there will always be movement towards your direction. If she accepts the date or is too busy to go on a date with you, she will offer an alternative, and she will give you an exact time and place. And she will also apologize if she can't make plans. Maybe she may delay a response here and there, but she very often, if not always, will never cancel a date. So the nice guy, where does he get in trouble? He takes words as the truth and not her actions, right? We always say, watch what people do, not what they say. Watch the pattern. If you're the only person keeping that connection alive, then there's your answer. If you have to constantly restart and revive the conversation or the interaction, then there's your answer. Now, this may translate into, hey, women are out to get you, but they're not. They're not evil. They're not trying to ruin your life. It's that you keep giving them something. And like a lot of human beings, if you keep giving them free stuff for nothing, they're going to get entitled to it, and they're going to use you. You need a humility to understand what is going on. Your ego is the one that's not letting you see the forest for the trees here. Chapter 4, Why the Nice Guy Will Not Ask. The reason the nice guy doesn't ask or doesn't put his desires forward right away is because desire to him feels dangerous. He has learned that throughout his whole life, if he puts his sexual needs first and desires first and let it be known, that makes him a dirty, shallow, or threatening man. And we don't want to be seen as those things as men. He looks at what he has to do based on what a society allows him to do, or so he thinks. So instead of flirting, asking her out, and accepting the result, whether it be a yes or a no, he tries to prove that he's better than guys that do that because those guys are bad, right? How dare they ask women out and be forward? He becomes harmless. He becomes the friend that just waits in the shadows for other women to see his value. And it's a strange strategy. It doesn't really make a lot of sense if you take the whole ego out of it. He wants her to desire him, but he hides every part of himself that's desirable. And he doesn't understand that eventually he's going to be resentful. He's going to resent her, even if it's not really her fault. Rejection hurts, right? But uncertainty can waste years, and you never get your time back. The time that you spent angry that you're not getting what you put in out of a person is time you'll never get back. And you don't want to waste your time because it's a resource that is finite. Chapter 5, the part that becomes resentment. So resentment, how does it build? It builds through small acts of self-abandonment. Every time you want to do something, you prioritize someone else. Every time you don't want to do something and as someone asks you do it thinking that I am building some kind of credit with this person, right? So with women, a lot of guys think women are banks that you put in or deposit good acts, gifts, time, attention, and then eventually that will accrue and build interest, and you'll have a lot more down the road in the form of intimacy, sex, relationship, or whatever. But women are not like that. You need to take responsibility. I understand that women use you. I understand that women waste your time. But it is your responsibility to make sure that doesn't happen to the best of your ability. Now, that is why you educate yourself. That is why you look at your patterns and say, hey, it is not someone else's responsibility to make sure that I don't get fooled or my time wasted. Will it happen? Of course, that's part of being alive. And once you start taking responsibility, then you can start taking action. And it's uncomfortable to think like this because you may feel like a victim right now. You may feel like it's unfair. But when you stop being a victim, you get more clarity and you can move forward and start winning. Chapter 6, direct does not mean cold. So a lot of guys overcorrect. They go the other direction when they find out that being the nice guy doesn't work. They may have done this nice guy routine on 3 girls, and the 3 girls made them pay the price by wasting their time and making them look stupid. So the overcorrection comes in the form of, oh, I got to be cruel to women. Oh, I got to be this alpha character and emulate other alpha characters in order for women to respect me. That doesn't work. You're still reacting to something that you don't understand yet. Just because you're hostile to women doesn't mean you have frame. You can like women, you can enjoy their company, and also not be a nice guy that does anything they say. You can tell women no, and that doesn't mean you're a cold person. It just means that you have boundaries, that you're not going to have your time wasted. Guys need to understand too that directness, being direct, asking a girl out, does not guarantee a yes. That's the thing. You're not trying to get a yes guaranteed. You're trying to get an answer so you don't waste your time, so you can move on to someone else that will say yes. A lot of guys think that a rejection is an indictment of their masculinity or who they are as a person. I've been rejected by employers, by friends, by opportunities, and of course by women. But none of those were an indictment and a summary of my value as a man, right? You are not the sum of what other people think of you in that 3 or 5 seconds that a woman rejects you. She doesn't know who you are. And even if she did know who you are, she still reserves the right to say, not for me. A good dating life is possible, but you have to enter the arena and you have to be ready to get rejected and get over yourself. Chapter 7, 3 questions before you give. Let's find a practical way to catch these contracts that you guys have. Before you give a favor, attention, another week, another chance, ask yourself 3 questions. If you knew for certain this woman was going to sleep with you, would you still do those things? Question number 2. What has she consistently done, not said, done, to move the relationship forward? And question number 3, have I clearly expressed what I want? If you have never asked yourself these questions and you keep falling in these traps of being the nice guy and becoming resentful, you need to ask yourself these questions. These questions won't remove rejection, but they will give you peace of mind, clarity and save you time. Chapter 8, kindness without the invoice. You do not have to stop being a good man. Your kindness simply has to survive an honest answer. Give because you want to give to people. Be nice because you enjoy being nice. Express desire before friendship turns into a waiting room. The question I promise you is simple. If I knew I would get nothing from her, would I still be doing the things you're doing? If you keep getting caught in situations where a woman ghosts you, keeps you around as an option, wastes your time, sometimes you may need another person to look at your messages and give you perspective. I offer one-on-one coaching. If you guys would like to get another perspective and maybe someone to knock you out of this cycle of being the nice guy and not getting anything out of dating, then maybe I'm your guy. If this video helped you, like the video and subscribe. Thank you.